Alright, turn one. This is a really nice hand. Lightning Blade in hand is always good. Onomatopoeia pickup. Honestly, we're going to have to ditch the Lightning Blade though, just to get the other two of the Onomatopoeia R-type. Goblinbergh into Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is going to bring out the two others. We have a full board of level 4s here. Now we're just going to pick and choose the order of what we want to do our stuff in. We're going to use the Utopic Xyz first, go into our boy Arm Sage, go into Utopia Double to get the Twin Saber. So honestly, it's kind of crappy that we had the Lightning Blade in hand, because you really want the Twin Saber in hand. We're gonna get the rank up spell, so we're still gonna come out really nice with this hand. We're gonna automatically just rank up to Utopia Ray to get more materials for our rank up into the, I think it's number 99 if I'm correct. Yep, number 99. Number 99 is gonna supply 2 negates, and this guy is gonna supply us with 1. So we're still in a really good spot here. Utopic Ray is going to come out. We're going to get our first negate. We're going to choose to bring out the monster negate first, using that rank up spells material. We're going to end there. Honestly, we could have picked and choose our order of operations a little bit better, and it could have came out a little bit different. This is a prime example. Not having the other rank up fast enough, I should have turned the toggle on. I should have did that during standby. I should have had this guy ready. So now I've kind of let him get his branded fusion on. Live and learn. He gets his Albion monster. He's also going to be showing me tons of other cards he's playing in R-type. There's Flunderies. Flunderies is going to come out. Now he has pretty much a negate at any time since he's controlling the other. He's also going to bring out Iris Sword Soul, and he also has a negate, or not a negate, a banish, and I really don't want to deal with that, so I have to, unfortunately, use the Harbinger here, just to make sure that none of my goods just get instantly negated, and instantly banished off the field. He's going to set 2 and pass. This is a cool part about the dragon. Since I took his spell, I get to manipulate where this guy attacks, and I want him to take the most amount of damage possible, so he takes 3k. And that's just what he chooses to forfeit, because he lost his boss monster. Alright, going first, not a bad situation here, especially with Ass Blossom being in the opening hand. This hand is pretty much all we can ask for. We're going to Construction, recycling arms for Ascended, because I always want to start off with Ascended. Onomatopaira, we're going to ditch the Dododo, because Dododo can be accessed with the other two. Ascended, Onomatopoeia into the other two. Now we're going to start doing a little bit of Chain Xyz summoning. Now this is an interesting method of a deck, because there's a lot of synchro decks out there that constantly are synchroing, but Xyzing is really difficult in a lot of order of operations. Utopia Double is going to bring out one of our boss monsters, Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. Utopia Ray is a really cool card, and I love to see it in this deck. We're going to bring back Dododo, and we're also going to use our other two to get out the Utopian Sage, so we can have one more little set of interaction with the Armed Sage into our next Xyz. Leaving us with 3 Xyzes on the field so far. We're going to use the effect of Armed Sage, and we're going to get the Lightning Blade, as well as we're going to get our boy Utopia Ray to get our materials for our rank up into the number 99. Now number 99 has access to access to OTKs, negates. Turn 1, we're always going to go for, especially mid combo, Galaxy Eyes, Photon Lord, just to protect from Nib. There's the negate we were talking about. We're going to equip Lightning Blade, as well as we're going to get another one, which is the Twin Saber. Now the interesting thing about Twin Saber is that's the one you always have to search for. Lightning Blade is always the one you want to get through Armed Sage. Now we got the spell on deck as well, so this board has lots of interaction. We have to force the negate on this, because I do not want to lose my dragon, as well as don't want to give him benefit. We're going to use the Ash Blossom on this one to get rid of the Runick tip, because we really don't want him access to his Runick fountain. Looks like our opponent is on Bestial. Now this is where I could decide to keep my negate, but I choose to use it on that Bestial Lubellion just because getting him access to the Lubellion package could be dangerous. Now, luckily for me, cutting it off was the correct play, and he surrenders there. Alright, draw phase. This hand is kind of difficult to see what we're going to go into, but him stopping the Onomatopoeia is pretty difficult, honestly. But we have Ash Blossom and Maxx. I'm going to end my turn to kind of see if I can get some Maxx draws here. Main phase, he shows me this, so I'm going to turn on the Maxx. I'm going to Ash his Dragon as well, because even if he's under Maxx, I really don't want to get him access to a Bestial. And unfortunately, I'm going to lose a lot of pressure with that Maxx, but luckily for the top deck, we're still in this game. Bringing out the Dododo with this, we're not going to have any access to any rank up spells or anything, but there's still cool a little bit of interaction with this guy. You can rank up using, you can go into Utopia basically, and this is turn 3, so we can't attack directly, but honestly, a 5,000 attack monster for our next turn is going to be pretty good. So our opponent is going to be fusing into a fusion monster of 3, so that's a Guardian Chimera. Cool thing about Guardian Chimera is that if you Ash Blossom his draw effect, he will not get any of his effects. So Guardian Chimera is just a huge beater, and Utopia is a huge beater as well right now. So our opponent can't do anything except for he gets a Blue Eyes card. So he's going to recycle into that Jet Dragon, which is a dangerous card. But I have the chance to go to battle and get a huge double or nothing play, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. He's going to take a huge amount of damage here, leaving him only with 1300. He's going to get the Jet Dragon, but I'm not really worried because main phase 2, I'm just going to upgrade into the Utopia Ray. And Utopia Ray is going to bring out a Zeus. Cool thing about Xyz decks is that you have access to a crazy monster in Zeus. I'm going to take away Monster Field right now and also bring back the Dododo. Guess last card in his hand was Maxx. So me leaving on a Dododo really doesn't threaten me with one card in hand. Because if he destroys one of my monsters, he gives me another Zeus target. So, no complaints here. Honestly, that Dragon Shrine top deck was really good for him. He falls for the bait, takes out my takes away one of my monsters, but that gives me a Zeus target, so I'm not really complaining. And I'm not really worried about these other two monsters here, because it's damage step that dragon's a threat. Now he's going to destroy and recycle into another dragon, but you don't keep him, there's no benefit of it. And that's when my opponent chooses to surrender there, because I literally had game on board. Alright, going second for once, I'm going to Maxx Shotgun Undraw phase, which is pretty good at play. He ends his turn with doing nothing. He has the Galaxy Sleeves. Possibilities playing Galaxy Eyes, but not confirmed. We're just getting as much monsters as we can, which honestly was a tremendous play. We have 5 on field now. We're going to use the Ascended Sage to get Utopia double, just so we can make sure we get that rank up spell, as well as upgrade into our boy Leo. I had to think about it. So there is the Ray. Now this deck has an interesting way of blocking himself out of OTKs, unfortunately, but it does happen. Using this, we're going to bring out our boy Utopia. Utopia is going to also give us access to the Lightning Blade. So we're going to have a fully powered Utopia Ray, as well as we have enough materials just to throw in another Xyz monster, which it is turn 2, by the way, so I choose to go into the Time Thief for Doer. With 7,200 in the Utopia Ray, we're also going to constantly upgrade Utopia Ray the Chaos version into the Utopia number 99, which gives us access to both of our negates. Now when you use these effects, it locks you out of direct summons, except for him, so no point of going for an OTK, but Galaxy has Photon Lord, as well as Time Thief or Doer being turned into a Zeus. Leaves us with a crazy amount of interaction. Now, the right play is number 99 to always shotgun it into a spell. And now I see is on Photon, which Photon has some crazy powerful spells to get their engine going. So, I honestly shotgun right into the dragon. I should have did it sooner, but live and learn. No loss, no doubt. He's gonna bring that out. I'm gonna use one of Utopia Ray's special negates with Twin Saber to negate him of getting a dragon to hand. Now there's Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. I'm gonna use the other Utopia Ray negate, and I'm also gonna use the spell negate on the Photon Orbital. Leaving him to go to battle, I'm gonna make him take 3,000 damage. He does get a Zeus, but I do have a negate on board for that Zeus, so I'm still not worried exactly. Negating that Zeus was a good move, saving that monster negate. He summoned a powerful Zeus, but it wasn't enough to end my board, so he chooses to surrender there. Honestly, the Utopia Duelist was overusing the amount of cards that the Galaxy user has access to. Pretty interesting. Another turn 2 matchup. This hand is not as good as any of the other hands we saw this video, but looks like our opponent is playing Sigmorphs, which an Ash Blossom perfectly timed on that Sigmorph Onslaught is a perfect card to start this duel. He does get to bring that card back, and he does get to chain the Bird of Perfection, so he still has a lot of gas in his arsenal, it looks like. Getting that field spell, getting him access to another normal summon, as well as a less of a tribute, which is interesting. So he's ending on a pretty tremendous board of 2 level 8 monsters that have a lot of spell and a trap negate potential. But luckily for me, I'm playing a monster deck that just plays a lot of monster resources. So going into the first combo, we're going to use these two to go into the Utopia Double. Utopia Double is going to bring out the Lightning Blade, as well as we're going to rank up right away, hitching the Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. Now I also have to detach because I still have that Utopia on there. I need the Utopia in the grave. I honestly could have did it where I pitched the other one, but I kind of rushed myself into plays so I could do stuff. Because I honestly want to reuse that Dododo. Honestly didn't have to go for the Utopic Sage here, but I did, and that's when my opponent chooses to forfeit. I had enough gas to OTK, which is understandable why he forfeited. Alright. Turn 1, we opened up with the Sages and 1 Dododo. Not the best hand, but we're going to make do with what we can. Utopia Double is going to bring out that rank up spell. I honestly should have used Arm Sage and just went right into Ultimate Leo and just ended on there, but live and learn. I got a field spell in hand. I also have a Utopia. I kind of did this the way I did. So now I'm going to rank up using that card, which is interesting. It still adds up to the same amount of board pressure, but doesn't probably help me out in the long run because I'm opening out on the double negate with using my only line to the ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. Getting my first negate there is Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, and he's going to have that monster negate installed into him. Now I thought my opponent had Nib in hand, but it looks like he was playing Labyrinth. He decided to shotgun the Imperm, and he had to do this all in end phase because I got to the end phase. So he really played the interaction wrong, so I negated his monster. The Imperm did nothing, and I overall just won the interaction. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is my Utopia build. Last time I showcased if you could use the Saitama, decided to go back to my roots using the Goblinbergh and just getting overall access to a lot of different combos. The deck is pretty good once it gets going. I mean, a lot of these older archetypes are good that way, but they can get interrupted in their own ways. There's a lot of search spells, so it's heavily weak to Ash, as well as it's also heavily weak to Imperm and Effect Veiler, because you're using Utopia Double's effect as well as Dragonar's effect on field. Cards to look out for, obviously Utopia Dragonar, giving you access to 2 level 8, a monster negate and a spell negate. Utopia Double gives you an access to a monster with up to 2 negates in its arsenal, which is insane, and also cannot be destroyed in card effects if you do it right. The search spells are pretty nasty. This is a 2-for-1. This one is a 1-for-1. But this is a 2-for-2. This one is a 1-for-2. So Zexal Construction isn't the best spell, but also the rank up spell is going to get you constant renewal on cards. For example, when you use the effect of this guy and you used the rank up spell to get into him, it gives your Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord 1 material to get that 1 negate you need for battle, or for the duel. If you guys have any questions down below about this deck, it's one of my favorite decks. I do love Utopia. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Keep those notifications on, and I'll hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.